Alright, guys, welcome back for some more Dungeons and Dragons. I was just having a quick squeezy at what happened last time just to remind myself. And yes, the party had set out east from Farwater. Look, here they go. They'd heard rumors of a portal in the middle of Zothaton that was causing all of this decay spreading out from the center of Zothaton, covering a good area of the main land mass. It was only these little pockets of lands, tendrils of lands out here that were not affected yet. Most of the population has been forced to the edges of Zothaton or just out of the country altogether because the land is unworkable. There's swamps and poison and disease hanging around all through the land. If you ventured too far to the center, the animals started becoming more and more monstrous, mutated animals, and just outright monsters and things from the plane of elemental ooze. Should probably get a list of what you might find in the plane of elemental ooze. Hang on a sec. Plane of elemental ooze. The idea of the plane of elemental ooze. Para-elemental plane of ooze, sorry. I've gotten it from the site, the Reddit thread called D&D Behind the Screen, written by Darosh. You can find oozes there, of course. There's a hag, black dragon, gelatinous cubes, Sahuagin, troglodytes, black puddings. Mostly puddings and oozes and gelatinous cubes, I'd say. Yeah, some crocodiles, because they live in the swamps. A roper covered in ooze. Wonder what a roper looks like. Bullywugs, yeah, 100% bullywugs come from the plane of elemental ooze. Trolls, zombies. Yeah, oh, maybe they'll find some zombies along the way. Anyway, yep, they're traveling. They're trying to track the group of, what are they called? The purple-robed cultists. Where they really didn't have much information to go on, except that the townsfolk had seen these people leaving from town heading east towards the center of Zothaton. Anyway, so I'd say we should first make a roll to see how good they are going to be at tracking these guys. So does someone want to make a roll for survival? It'd probably be the druid, right? Survival. Yeah, wisdom. So this one gets a +1 to survival. Conrad. I'm getting used to where they are. This one is Zocca, right? No, that's Exonish. +1. 0. 5. Yeah, no one's going to beat a 5. Alright, so Chontaku is going to make a roll to see how well he can track the guys, the group of cultists that they're trying to follow. Ah, lol, it's a 9. +5. Oh, I didn't figure out the DC. But without any information. Oh, Bumfluff rolled. Okay. Wow, Bumfluff got a 9 and I got a 9. What a coincidence. So, with that, I'd say that the DC is at least a 12. Let's make the DC a 12. Just because I don't want to bump it up after the fact. I wouldn't have made it a 10 because they don't have any. If I thought about it before I rolled, I probably would have made it more than 12, like 15. But since we didn't do that, I better just stick with the 12. I definitely wouldn't have made a 10 because they don't have any information to go on, except that they're just following this group of cultists. They don't know where they were headed, what their reason for heading east was. So DC of 12 sounds more than fair. So 9 plus his survival of 5 is 14. So it's a success. It's not a super success, but it's a success. So he's able to pick up some of their. He's able to. I don't know how would you explain them being able to follow? He probably uses his nature skills. Speak with animals. What did it say about speak with animals? You can use it anytime. That's a spell. Where is it? There was you always have speak with animals prepared. I forgot where it was. Here. Druidic. While learning this tongue, you also unlock the magic of speaking with animals. You always have speak with animals spell prepared. Which means you would still have. They've had a long rest, by the way, before they left town. So this is back to 2. But he's about to use it again because he's going to use speak with animals as part of his way of tracking. He's talking to the animals, getting information about which direction this party went. Did they see them come through here? So really, they have no problem moving along. And judging by the amount of time, so the amount of time it took us to get from Pylandia all the way around to Chorio to Sidrus. Actually, the party went this way, didn't they? Up the side of the mountain. So that was like I think it was like 3 days to get to Chorio to Sidrus around the side of the mountain. So 1 day travel would be probably that much. Which means we should also roll for a random encounter. Can someone roll a d20? And we'll see whether we hit a random encounter or not. Remember, a random encounter is 18, 19, or 20. Exclamation roll in chat to roll a d20. And Bumfluff rolls and got a 6. So that's not a random encounter for today. The party's able to move along. Is there anything that we want to do with the party while they're traveling? Any skills that we should be using with time? So you can, if you're traveling at, would we be traveling at a normal pace, or are we going to be traveling at a faster than normal pace? We're on foot. The cultists were on foot as well, as far as we know. Characters travel for 8 hours of the day. When traveling, a group of adventurers can move at a normal, fast, or slow pace shown as on the travel pace table. The table states how far the party can move in a period of time and whether the pace has any effect. A fast pace makes characters less perceptive, while a slow pace makes it possible to sneak around and search an area more carefully. Forced march. The travel pace assumes that the characters travel for 8 hours in a day. They can push beyond that limit at the risk of exhaustion. For each additional hour of travel beyond 8 hours, the characters cover a distance shown in the hour column for their pace, and each character must make Constitution saving throws at the end of every hour. So we're not going to do forced pace. Let's say something about foraging while traveling. Does anyone remember the rule of foraging while traveling? Can they do it at a normal pace, or do they have to do it at a slow pace? Characters can gather food and water as the party travels at a normal or slow pace. A foraging character makes a wisdom survival check whenever you call for it, with the DC determined by the abundance of food or water in the region. Okay, so they can make a wisdom survival check. Just a normal check. They can make a wisdom survival check as a normal check. Going at normal pace. If you were going at a slow pace, you could do it at advantage, I'd say. Because you are more perceptive. Or would you add your perception to the roll? Because if you're going at a fast pace, you have -5 penalty to passive wisdom. So if you're going at a slow pace, you could add +5 to the roll, maybe. Anyway, they're not going at a slow pace, they're going at a normal pace. So let's do a roll D20 plus the person with the highest survival. So it will be Chontaku again. D20 plus Chontaku's survival. Looks like Bumfluff has rolled an 18. Nice roll. Now I've got to try and remember where my document for foraging goods was saved. Is it in the same place as the pictures? Victory! Thank you, Bumfluff, for cheering yourself on. Documents, maybe. Character sheets. Random? No, that's the random 10. Okay, yep, that's the random encounters table. Oh, I forgot that I was working on that random encounters table. Where did I save that foraging ingredient? List of foraging. Did I not save it? Schnitzel. I thought I did. Chase complications. So many cards that I need to sort. I've got one document of chase complications, one folder of character sheets, and one document of random encounters. Okay, let me see if I can find it. Nope. I'm going to do a D100, I think. More than a D100. Holy cow, there's heaps. $385. There is 300, although not all of them are. Can we roll a D385? Does that work? Or do we just have to get a random number generator up in here? You can. Okay, well. We got a 326 from Bumfuff, unless anyone else wants to take a roll. So 326 means that the party has forage. Also, they're going to forage up some food too. Let's see what food they forage. Okay, so the party finds okay, so it just generated 5. I don't want to pick one. So I'm just going to generate 1. Alright, looks like the party finds food for 1d6 days. So someone roll a 1d6. So many rolls. I think that normally it's the DM who rolls this stuff, and you just roll it behind the screen so that they don't see. So the DM would just grab their dice and roll like that. But all the DM's rolls are controlled by chat in this game. So chat's got to roll the 1d6 to see how many days worth of food they got. Bumfluff rolled a 1 with a 1d6. Guess what I rolled? Oh, GM, sorry, my bad, GM. I rolled a 1 too. I don't know if you can see my dice. Anyway, so they got, where is it? The party, or what's his name, Chontaku, scrounges up some handful of insects and some, thank you, 2 coincidences in one stream. Chontaku finds a handful of insects and some edible shoots that the party can chow down on for some rations. And they also find a wanted poster, which Chontaku has in his hands now. It is a bit tattered and faded with some mud on it and some insect dirt. And the wanted poster has the stamp of GAG on it and the little symbol of the purple triangle with the 3 golden tears, and it has the names of each of our no, wait, who are they going for? No, they don't know about this party, so it's not our party. It's just a wanted poster, not a wanted poster in the sense of they're trying to hunt someone down, but you know, what's it called? Your country wants you, except it's your guild wants you, and it's like a little ad. It's like a little ad for trying to get new recruits into the alchemy guild. It actually says, okay, so it's got the golden tears on the purple banner, And it actually says Goldoxia Alchemy Guild wants you in big bold letters at the top. And yeah, it's got like an alchemy. It's got like an older gentleman depicted by drawing, pointing at the front of the page, like it's pointing at the reader. You know, like the American World War II posters. Your country wants you. So it's obviously, it looks like it's been dropped by the figures in their purple robes with their 3 golden tears. And so it looks like the party is still on track for their goal. Goal. Now we're going to move forward another day of travel. Crap. Just trying to think. I don't think the party could take on cultists. What was it? Monsters by CR. What level is a cultist? Because we got a level 1 party here. If a cultist is level 1, there's no way that the party would be able to take them on. Oh, they're not. Okay. Oh, let me get a calculator. Alright then, yep. They could take on a few cultists. But we're not up to that yet. First we have to roll. So roll a d20 for... I'm not going to make him do survival check all the time. Chontaku's on it. He knows where he's going. But roll a d20 for a random encounter, please. It would be silly. There's one. Oh, there you go. Cool. That's good. No, well, good or bad, we don't know. They rolled a 10. But as the party is getting closer and closer, so 10 means they didn't come into any encounter with any monsters on their path. Actually, we should probably just do another d20 for the survival check, just to see how well they're keeping up. So the day before, they actually did really well at keeping up with the cultists, actually gained some ground on them. Should probably just roll another d20 and add 5 to it for Chontaku's survival roll. He got an 8 this time. Whoops. So I think Chontaku was a bit distracted on this day and has lost some ground trying to keep up with the guys, because the road becomes a little bit overgrown and weedy, and there's probably a river, or like a flooding of water over the road from that has just gushed out of the center of the country over this part of the road, which is really stinky, disgusting swamp water. Hello, lion of... What is this? Komare? Hello, lion of Komare. A lion of Komare says, are you... Rain? Lion of Komare says, are you winning, sons? Well, at the moment, the party is making its way through to the east in the country, trying to catch up with some cultists. Excuse me. I think I've got a bit of lower respiratory tract infection. Because this cough is becoming a bit productive, and the stuff is stuck right at the bottom. All week I've been having a dry cough. Had a bit of a hoarse voice on Tuesday. Now it's like, yeah, whatever. Bumfluff is saying F you rain because the disgusting water it's not rain though, it's just gushing out. The skies have actually been pretty clear because we haven't rolled again for weather since we did last time, so it's still clear weather, but for some reason there's flooding of this disgusting putrid swampy water crossing the road, or it's been coming down the sides of the road and along the country. As you get further and further in, the swampiness is becoming worse and worse. Lots of little biting insects and stuff keep annoying the party. They can see the swampy water sometimes nearing the road, sometimes off in a hoarse voice. Yeah, nay. Sometimes off in the distance. But unfortunately, at this time, the disgusting water has actually crossed the road. And the party is going to have to wade their way through the disgusting water. I probably moved this too much. See, we want, because we're gonna. So if they were there, oops. Let's just say that they move this much. This is their second day. Because otherwise they're going to get to the center of Zotheaton too quickly, and that would be really bad. We don't want them to get there too early, because as you get further and further in, you're going to meet more and more monsters pouring out of the center of the country, coming from the para-elemental plane of ooze. And that's not really our goal right now, because the party hasn't found out enough information about what's happening over there. Alright, so anyway, they have come to this putrid river crossing the road where they're going. Are they just going to press on through this disgusting water, or do you guys think that there should be something that they need to do? For those of you just joining us, we've got a party of 4 level 1 adventurers. One is Zocca, the chaotic evil war cleric of the god Grumsh. And Zocca has a ring. Wait, where the frick did I put that ring? I think it's just over here randomly, right? A ring of spell storing that has this insanely powerful evil spell called Stream of Corruption that has been cast into it, and it is, flowing out corruption around it, which Zocca and also Cornad have taken 1 point of corruption unbeknownst to them. Then we've got Chontaku, who is the lizard folk druid, who hasn't actually looted anything yet. Then we've got Cornad Hogwallow, who's a Lightfoot halfling rogue of neutral good alignment. And then we've got Exornish, the plasmoid fighter. And they are currently, so previously they had gone to a swamp outside Farwater, retrieved that ring of spell storing, headed back to Farwater, got the reward from that quest, asked the priest about the ring of spell storing, who garnered the attention of some weird god that hasn't reared their head yet because he failed his arcane spell roll, and then decided to spend some time with the ring identifying it instead, and found out that there was a stream of corruption spell that was overflowing from the ring because it's so powerful. So the party has not decided exactly what to do with the ring, but as Zocca said, she wants to hang on to it. So now they've heard reports of the people who placed that ring in the swamp heading east. So the party is chasing down these cultists. Not really a chase, because the cultists don't know that they're coming. They're just trying to track them. Okay, so we're at a river that has some Bump says, "Oh, I need to get a Twitch voucher. Plasma went back on bits." Yep, I keep rotating those sounds around because I was getting a bit of a big pile of free sound alerts there, so I had to take some off. Sorry. I tried to. Sorry. I should probably set up a push to mute so that you don't hear my coughing. But there was a. I tried to keep the sounds that were more useful to playing games. And unfortunately, Plasma did not make the cut this week. Maybe we should set up a vote every week for what we want, what sounds we want for free. All right, guys, how's the party going to cross a putrid river?
Decimated.
I don't think Dungeons and Dragons is good enough to scare me with that sound, but yeah. The decimated. What does decimated mean right now? I can't link it. We're about to be decimated if we have to cross through the water. You know, most of the people that come through this channel are not even going to know what the joke is there about decimated. Most people are just going to be like, whoa, what got decimated? The party got decimated? Oh, you're going to have to restart the whole game. Does anyone have any idea of how they can cross the water? Are we just going to forge straight through it? Are we going to spend some time trying to find a safe crossing, which is going to require a survival roll? Or are they going to make a makeshift crossing? Chop some trees and build a bridge. Is that a serious suggestion? Anyone else have a suggestion for how the party's going to make it? Let's draw. While you guys are figuring that out, actually, I'm going to draw a river so we can remember that this was here. Let's not make it blue. Let's make it some putrid, disgusting color like this one. Coming down from, what do we call this? The Rambling River. It's a tributary from the Rambling River. It would probably start off as blue, actually. But it's being fed into from a river that comes from this direction that we don't know. So we don't want this one. We want this one to be this color. I actually really like Tabletop Simulator as a way to play D&D. The guys that I joined before didn't seem too fussed with. We were going to try and do a, what's the name of that mountain one? White Plume Mountain. We're going to try and do a White Plume Mountain run, but they didn't seem to like the idea of using Tabletop Simulator. They wanted to do it the other way. It's a map, though. Bumfluff says this looks like a trickle of water. They could just step over it. Don't forget, this is the overworld map that they're traveling along. This is not a battle map. This is the entire country of Zothaton. Just to remember that it took... You got to take it into account if you're a fan of the series and remember the party going from Pylandia to Chorio to Zidrus. They took 3 days to get from this point around the base of the mountain to this point. Now they're taking, 1, 2, 3, 4 days to get back. And that's that. I don't even know if I've scaled this right, because this one seems to be a bit... I feel like this is incorrect scale in comparison to that. So let's just ignore that. I can't draw that small. They've been gone for months. No, they haven't. In this series of story, we're only on what? This is only day 3. So at this time, over in Goldoxia, on day 3, what was the party doing on day 3? They went to... So the first day they went to that place where they've found the... what the hell are the Mephit? They found the Mephit and fought the Mephit after they'd poured the blood from the insect or the scorpion into the... was it the scorpion's blood or some slime blood? Into the receptacle on the door to unlock the door, and they fought a mephit. That was day 1. I don't remember exactly what happened day 2, day 3. I think day 3 they'd gone to... don't know. But they're only on day 3, so they're way back before where we're up to. It's not been months for them at this stage, but it's been months since we've heard from them over in the Ruby Mine. Okay. So Bumfuff said, chop some trees and build a bridge. You know what that means. Someone needs to do a roll. What sort of roll is a chop trees, build a bridge roll? History, insight, intimidation, investigation. No. Perform, not nature, not really nature. Perception, performance, perception, sleight of hand, stealth, survival. It's going to be survival, isn't it? But it'd also be... So the chopping of the trees will be an athletics check. What are they going to chop trees with, though? How are they going to chop some trees? Certainly not going to be the halfling rogue. I'm thinking it's going to be the strong person, although this guy is not a strength warrior. He's a dexterity warrior, but he does have decent strength. He's going to chop a tree with a short sword. Does anyone have an axe? No one has an axe. Yeah, freaking hard chopping a tree with a short sword would be. Although, maybe you're going to pick... maybe you're going to pick a tree that is... I'm going to roll a dice for that. Maybe you're going to pick a tree that is a little bit easier to chop because it's a bit rotten. So they've got to find a serviceable tree. There's a few trees that are really sturdy, and it's not Chontaku. Crap, what's his name? Exornish. Exornish looks at the big heavy trees and he's like, not going to be able to get through to that. Yeah, what Bumfluff said, just chop a skinny tree. So they look at the big fat trees and they're like, we're not going to get through that. So they decide just to go for a skinnier, less sturdy tree to put across the gap. And they're going to have to make an acrobatics roll to get across the sticks, the skinny tree, because it's so precarious. So each person needs to make an acrobatics roll, please, to get across the river with this makeshift skinny tree bending in the middle as they cross it. Wobbling. Bending. Who's up first? Let's do the best person up first, the lightest, Mr. Cornad Hogwillow will make his roll to see how well he can get across the gap. D20 roll, please, adding his acrobatics. Rolled a 6. Oh, and I think it would just be a DC of a bit more than 10, 12, because it's a stick. It's a bit unsteady. But it's not hard. It's just a bit harder than average. So it's a DC of 12. Bumfluff rolled a 6. Acrobatics of 3. Oh, no. Cornad Hogwillow needs to make a Constitution saving throw, please, to see if he contracts any kind of disease. I think it's just going to be the same disease that we had before, right? Oh no, let's do this one. Oh, okay. That's an actual official disease, flesh rot. How do you how do you roll? What is the DC for seeing if you catch it? Here we go. Oh, okay. So they've got to make 3. It's like a death saving throw. So they've got to make 3 rolls to see if they catch it. Does anyone want to do it, or do you want me to do it? It's a Constitution saving throw for Cornad Hogwillow. He's got to get 3. He's got to get a. He's got to get 2 out of 3 to not get the disease, and he got a 9. What's the DC of this spell? Oh, since it's not being cast by a person, let's say it's a DC of 10. And Bumfluff has rolled a 9 plus Constitution. Please be a plus. Where is it? Constitution save 2. Okay, 9, 10, 11. So he makes the first save. I'm just going to use success and failure here. He's not dying, okay? Remind me that he doesn't die. If he fails, he's just going to catch the disease. If he gets 3 successes, he doesn't catch the disease. If he gets 3 failures, he catches the disease. Alright, so Cornad is across. He wades through the disgusting water. Let's make another acrobatics check for who's next. Let's say Chontaku makes the next step across. Although, what does a level 1 druid do with disease? I know that Plonky got immune to disease or something pretty early on. I don't know if I trust these cards for that. I'm going to look up druid just to check. Someone roll a D20 and see how well Chontaku gets across the river with his acrobatics check. Was that a new roll? 17? I missed it. Oh yeah, it was. Well done, Chontaku. Just easily gets across that river, balancing on the stick. He's just so used to being in nature and situations like this that he can easily get across that stick. Which means I don't really need to find out about this disease, but let's just quickly have a look. I can't remember what Chontaku was going to be. Like what circle? Spores. Spores sounds good for a swamp dwelling lizard man. But that's only at 2nd level, so that doesn't matter with this check. Okay, druids don't get any specialties. What about a cleric? Do clerics get any advantages to disease? Who's next going across? Exornish or Zoka? We're going to roll another D20. Let's do Zoka since Zoka is the next in line. And Exornish would bring up the rear because he's the fighter. Roll a D20 and show us Zoka's dexterity check, acrobatics check for getting across this D12 stick. Nothing immunity from disease as a clerical at level 1. Oh, Bumfluff rolls another 17. Beautiful. No one's going to catch this disease. So Zokra is across. Last but not least, Exornish. He's a plasmoid. Does plasmoid get advantages on some sort of disease or poison throws? Please roll another d20 for Exornish's acrobatics check. Natural resistance. You have resistance to acid and poison damage. And you have advantage on saving throws against being poisoned, but this is not poison, this is disease. So he doesn't get advantage on that. Oh no! Yeah, I knew that would happen, right? It's a DC of 12 on an acrobatics check. 3. And Bumfluff rolled a 5. 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, Exornish is in the drink. So now Exornish is going to have to make a Constitution saving throw, please. Oh, he's up here. Sorry, I got to spin the camera around a lot for this. Whenever it's Exornish's turn, we've got to spin. So roll a d20 and we'll add Exornish's Constitution saving throw, which is 3, fighting off a DC of 10. I've got no music playing. Sorry, guys. Let's put some music on. Let's just not use that one. We're in a swamp. Where's my music window? From Tabletop Audio, thank you. I don't know if this is going to have sound effects that I don't want. Now let's do this one. Forgotten Forest. Volume. Sorry, it's going to start off loud. Right, there we go. Oh, I rolled a 15. Nice. So Chontaku is able to fight off the first saving throw for disease. Okay. So the party has made it through. And now they're in, this would be their next day. So that was a movement to the next day. So they decide to set up camp. Now we need to roll a d20 again. Well, always the d20 in a d20 system. Oh, that music's too loud. So this d20 is to see if they've got a random encounter while they make camp for the night. 15, still no encounter. Alright, now roll another d20 for a survival check on Chontaku, please. Normally this would be multiple players for the players doing the rolls. So when the players want to join, if anyone wants to join as a character, you can spend that 1,000 no, we're waiving the 1,000 channel point for now, right? Oh, damn, that one. Yes. So that is a total of 6. Oh, what are we going to do with that? So I was actually going to say that the party stumbles across. The party finds the that catches up to the cultists on this day, but if we're going to go through with this, I think that they're going to get a bit lost in the forest. They can see the cultists up ahead. I don't even have a cultist. Where's my saved objects? That music is still too loud. What is it called? Come on, roll. Move the screen. NPC markers. Hand of Fate minis. Height AoE markers. Medium NPCs is what we want, this one. Does this have cultists in it? Yep, cult leader. It's not a cult leader though, he's just a cultist. Wild cultist? Masked cultist? Let's just use this guy. It's loading 161 of 424 figurines. Sorry, guys. Can't prep. Well, actually, you can prep for a random encounter. But I did not prep very well for the random encounter. Sorry. Hold this button. Did it load? Yeah. And this one. I don't know if these other masked cultist, cult fanatic, masked cultist, cult leader, wild cultist. I don't know if they're actually different. Alright, there's one lady and 3 men. No, I don't even have a map, do I? Crap. What have I got in the way of maps? Anything swampy? Or do I have to quickly whip together my own? Maps. No, this is the crap maps. I'm going to delete that maps. Alright, we'll whip together our own then. I need the picture first. Let's see what random swamp maps we can come up with here. I've looked for swamp maps before. Anything good? I'd prefer one that just has one path going through it, right? Because that's what we're doing. Although I guess the path could have splits off. Oh, maybe I've got one in that. I found this free resource, Trove of Lore. Oh, they didn't have pictures. That was the problem with that. Let's go to Reddit D&D maps. Actually, let's just use this one. Zothaton Swamp 1. And do I have a folder for this adventure yet? Yeah, I should. It's probably called a fungal problem. It'll definitely be in D&D maps. Whatever, let's just save it here for now. Zothaton. Zothaton. And let's bring it aboard. And let's import a video, image. Loading. There it is, boys. Unlock. Get this thing off. Delete that thing. That was not helpful. Alright, so they're heading east. They enter the map from this side. Oh, let's just say that they're in the middle, because we don't want to start them too far away. Otherwise they wouldn't, because they've stumbled across, right? Whoopsie. Oh, flop. That's why you got to lock it. So put that there. Now turn on lock. Now put them here. In the middle of the swamp. I think the front runner is going to be Exornish. They've already crossed through this narrow bit and they're trying to continue heading through. Let's say Chontaku would be at the back with the rogue. Probably the rogue would be in the middle with Zocca. Zocca and Cornad there, and Chontaku bringing up the rear. Exornish in the front. Alright, and then, not far away, a group of cultists suddenly appears. Thanks, Pokemon. Let's say the group had crossed over here, and then they were just heading up this way. Can I rotate? Oops. I can. Cool. Like this. So they're coming up this way from this gap, heading this way. When they find this group of cultists standing around a brazier muttering, "Hololo, hololo, hololo." And so they actually, because of their low survival roll, they actually were completely caught by surprise. And the cultists say, "Hey, what are you fools doing out here? This is..." Well, it's not really guild land. This is dangerous territory. There is dark things lurking in the swamps. Exornish says, "We're tracking you, fools." Wait, he doesn't speak like that. He says, "We're tracking you." Damn it, there's an ad. You guys in an ad? Intermission. Intermission. Is there an ad? Hot Root Soup is telling me that there's no ad. But my Twitch is telling me there is an ad. Is there no ad? Maybe there's no ad because there's not enough people watching. Alright, never mind. Intermission over. Exornish says, "We're tracking you. We know that it was you who laid the..." Oh, Hot Root Soup is a subscriber, and so are you. Well, no one else in chat, so it's fine. The chat will just have to miss the content. Everyone else in chat. There is a third? Nah. It's just us. Me, you, and Hot Root Soup. Although there is a bloody load of bots in here, so... Oh, lots of lonely bots in here. So it's just Hot Root Soup, Bum Fluff, and the Blackman Family Gaming in the channel. The bots don't count. "Well, we're tracking you. We know that it was you who laid this ring," and then indicates for Zocca to hold out the ring to them. To show them, not give it to them. "We know that it was you who laid this ring, and it caused issues with the water supply of the town of Farwater. And we are tracking you down to find out more information about why you would do such a thing. Scale these guys down. Is that the right size? Yep. The cultists. You fools. You are tracking us? You will die this day. You should not have come here. Scale. I just want to make them the same size so that they're not like giants. Remembering, Zoka does not have a lot of patience for talking to people. Exornish is probably okay to talk to people, but neither would Cornad, actually. Cornad's probably the more itchy trigger finger. Definitely Chontaku is... Chontaku is very patient and would be able to just wait for an outcome to come. Exornish is happy to try and keep things peaceful, but both Zoka, who's got a very fiery personality and loves to fight, because she follows Grimsh, the god of war, and Cornad, who's got very little patience for silliness, are not going to wait long before they take these guys out if they're starting, especially if they're deciding to threaten the party by saying, you should not have come here. But I think they could still keep the conversation going a bit. What would someone else say? What is something that they could do to try and figure out? We want more information out of these guys before they decide that it's going to be a fight, and then we just have to kill them and get no information. What would Zoka have to say to these people to try and get some information out of them? I'll get rid of my boards window. Cornad is going to throw some foolish quip like, who are you to threaten us? We are tested adventurers. Level 1. He's got a high opinion of himself. Zoka. I think that Chontaku is just going to keep quiet. Chontaku would like to try and fade and disappear and sneak, but can't. No ability to do that. Zoka running out of patience. You think you can crush my skull? I'll be crushing yours under the weight of my mace first. I guess that's what she would say. She's pretty violent and fiery. Exornish patting his hand saying, please, everyone calm down. We just want more information about this ring and why you would want to poison the town's water supply. The youngest of the cultists, who is also probably a little bit impatient, pipes up and says, the young girl that's with the 3 men, 3 male cultists and 1 female, she pipes up with a fiery quip and says, don't you know the end of your kind is coming? Zolthaton is first, but there is a dark time coming ahead for the entire world. The mistress is going to sweep this land of your foolery. And the other 3 males hush her. Shh. You don't need to tell outsiders our information, our secrets. And then the leader of the cultists pipes up again and says, well, now that our young friend has spoken out of turn, it is time for you to die. Roll for initiative. Get my enemies, and my dice for my enemies are still over here. Cool. Let's get the D20 and roll an initiative. You know what? I didn't have freaking cards for cultists. There we go. I've got the cultist window open, so it'll be just a quick job of copy pasting. How are we going for time, guys? Who's the timekeeper today? Oh man, we're out of time. I need to put a clock in here, don't I? Alright, well, since I don't have the cards set up, we might just leave it there. Should we set up... We should set up the... I should set a timer on this thing. Not a timer. I should set a timer and say 60... Wait, how many seconds is 60 bot uptime? I don't have my Nightbot set up very well. Very extensively. How many seconds is in 1 hour? 36? 66 is 36? Is it 3,600? Am I right? Yeah, there we go, 1 hour. So next time, remind me to set the timer. And then once it goes beep, 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 we'll end the session. Anyway, guys, so let's just roll for these guys. I'll just check their dexterity off camera. So the cultist got a 14 plus dex, which is +1, so 15. Cultists have their go at 15. Okay, so let's clear this thing of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So cultists at 15, which is going to be, oopsie, it's going to be a different number anyway. Who else have we got? Can someone roll for the characters? Here I go. Hot Root Soup, can you roll for one of the characters? Hot Root Soup's gonna roll for Chontaku. No, Exornish. Can you roll for Exornish, please, Hot Root Soup? Who are you rolling for, Bumfluff? Bumfluff got a 19, that's a nice one. Hot Root Soup rolled a 14 for Exornish. And what's Exornish's dexterity bonus? 3, 14, 15, 16, 17. Exornish gets a 17. This is going to be doable. Exornish was 17 last time? What the hell? Whoever is left? Okay, I'll just assign a 19. Let's just... I'm just going to assign 19 for Chontaku because that makes it easier for me. Exornish got a 17. Cultist got 15. What is Cornad and Zocco going to get? Do you want me to just roll it so we can finish up quick? So we got a 13. There is no such thing as a cocked dice. In reality, this would be a cocked dice. But on a game, the game figures out which axis is closest to the number. So the dice is a 13 for Zocca, plus a dexterity of 0. So Zocca got 13. Why is Zocca not on here? Oh, here. Oh, still in the same position, just equal with Cornad. Chontaku is done. Cornad. That's not a D20, this is a D20. And the number is a 17 plus dex. Should be good now. 20. Dirty 20 for Cornad. So Cornad is going to go before Chontaku. So Zocca, Cultist, Everyone's done. Cornad is at the top of their list for initiative next time, guys. But that's all we've got time for. We're at 1 hour and 20 minutes. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks for popping in for a first time chat. The Lion of Cormare. Would have been good if you could have hung around to play a bit, roll some dice with us. Maybe take a character off my hands. And Bumfluff, as always, thanks for coming in, joining the chat. Thanks for joining the game. I hope the D&D on Twitch is working well. We didn't actually get to the combat this time. I was really hoping to do some combat. But next time we're going to start the session off with some combat. So we'll catch you then. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, subscribe, follow. If you're watching on YouTube and you have an interest in playing some D&D, or if you get this video randomly from somewhere, I don't know why you would randomly find my video that only has 10 views. But if you do randomly find my video and you want to join us in some D&D, I've got four open table slots for characters if anyone wants to join the game. And if you just want to be in chat and do the GM roles, you can also do that. Although today, without any players, I've been getting you guys to do the player roles. But once players take over the characters, chat will then roll for the DM. Anyway, thank you for watching, and catch you in the next one. Bye for now.